Yo, peace. All right, one of the gravest social mistakes that we often make is the thinking that we, you, know ourselves better than others know us. In one aspect, that may be true, but in a simultaneous aspect, it's not. Personality psychology says that while you may know your whys better, like your intent, fears, motivations, and whatnot, others actually have a better seat to see the level of your patience, how you treat and affect others, and whether you appear anxious or confident. To make it clear, if that wasn't clear enough, others see well what you do and did, while you have a better seat at why you did it. This is why when someone critiques something you said, how you said it, or what you did and how you did it, you'll debate it because you're mainly viewing it from the position of what you were desiring to achieve, your intent, your desired outcome, which is all internal stuff, instead of being able to see it from the perspective of the person who can only judge you literally by what you did, what you produced. This is why in the scriptures it is quoted that God is the best of judges, or best to judge us. Why? It's only because he knows what even you and I may not realize about yourselves, about ourselves and our actions. Which brings me to another point. The Johari window is a psychological model that divides self-knowledge into 4 areas. The number one area is called the open area, which is this area right here is known by you and others. Then you have the blind spot. This area is known by others, but not by you. And then you have number 3, the hidden area, which is known by you, but not by others. And then you have number 4, the unknown areas, which is unknown by both, to you and to others. The 2 I find most interesting in this list, though, is the blind spot and the unknown areas. While the unknown areas speak to what I was just saying about Allah, knowing what you and I know not, it's the blind spot that most coincides with the point of this talk. We don't always know ourselves, so much so that we don't have these blind spots. So when someone critiques you, instead of the typical instinctive rejection of that critique, how about just shut up and just reflect on what's being said? Ask questions. See if the person can better explain why they're saying what they're saying, or if it's just a trigger trying to defend itself. There's a difference. The emotional reaction of a trigger lacks explanation and detail and clarity. It's instinctive. It's instinctive. The response is instinctive. While a true and actual factual spotting of a blind spot can be pointed out and explained in detail. The clearest evidence is that the critique, while maybe fueled by emotions, isn't born of emotions. However, triggers are born of emotions. Let me repeat. The clearest evidence is that the critique, while maybe fueled by emotions, isn't born of emotions. However, triggers are born of emotions. I once heard the Honorable Brother Farrakhan explain how he values his critics. Why? He said, because we live in a world today where those closest to you don't tell you the truth about you if they think it's going to create conflict. However, the true critic doesn't care how you feel. And that level of honesty can be invaluable to a person who, 1, loves truth, and 2, truly wants to be a better person every day. 2 things I want to say in closing here. One is, it makes me think about the people who we call friends and best friends. Typically, those we gravitate to because of our unhealed state and because of how much we really don't like the truth, especially when it don't make us feel good. Anything that don't make us feel good, we term it negative and whatnot, right? So we gravitate to people that tend to make us feel good, that tend to support our ideas and concepts, right? That don't really challenge our thoughts and views, that don't really tell us the truth about ourselves, right? That don't critique us, right? Those are the people we gravitate to. My view is that an individual that basically encourages you to remain as you are, to further persist in a lifestyle in ways that don't make you better, that take away from who you are, that take you further away from the Most High and the Most High desires, that makes it okay to be quote unquote imperfect, to say, oh, you good how you are, you ain't gotta be perfect, despite the scripture saying, be ye perfect. Like our Father is perfect, like he is perfect, right? Even though it says that, we gravitate to people that we're comfortable around. While everything that brings us comfort on the external level and even on the internal level, from the foods we eat, the stuff we drink, the social environment we like to conduct ourselves in, all of it coincides with the unhealed aspects of who we are. Yet we find comfort in that, and the people that we call our best friends and friends. Look at that, because that can largely affect the way you interact with others, whether it be present day or in the future. The other thing in closing I wanted to highlight was when I spoke about the detail, about how when you ask questions, someone should be able to explain it in detail if it's not a trigger, if it's not just an emotional trigger. In the Nation of Islam, there's a saying that God is found in the details. I've always seen the details and God being related to represent truth. Truth is found in the details. I've seen that if a person can teach a thing and they teach it in details, it's a good possibility that they know what they're talking about. They can almost answer every question you give, and they can answer it in detail. We're talking to our children, associates, people in general. When we fail to ask the right questions, then we don't really get the right answers. So the more detailed the question, the more detailed the answer will be. The more detailed the answer must be. And you will find truth in consistency. It's not hard to tell the truth. It don't take a broad vocabulary to speak the truth. It don't take a person to be skillful in communicating to speak the truth. Yet, we accept when people say, I don't know how to explain myself. Or, I can't really, you're asking questions and they can't explain. Well, in my point of view, is that a person lacks the ability to just speak the truth in detail when truth is absent. It don't mean that everything is a lie. It just means that it's not the total truth. When it's the total truth, it's easily explained. It's easily said. It flows. Where there's inconsistency, where there's a difficulty to speak the truth, it's because there is a lie injected in the truth. And the lie can be as simple as the individual just not wanting to be honest with self, not to face a certain honesty about self, which is discomforting, which makes it difficult, right? The detail. Ask questions in detail. If you love truth, to get to the truth. All of that is important. Everything is important. If we really care about our social health in the way we interact with others, because the easiest thing for most of us to do is to be alone. And when I say be alone, I mean to be where you don't have to be accountable of yourself to someone else. That's the easiest thing to do. But when we're having to exist in an environment with other people where everybody must function together, that's a true testament of your social health. How are you able to navigate in that and still be true, though? Not become a lie to navigate, but to still be you, to exist in truth, to speak the truth in that environment. As long as you're speaking the truth and the truth does what it do, it has nothing to do with you. But neither should it emotionally disturb you when you are speaking the truth.